All right, guys, welcome to my channel, Spiritual Theta. I've got a lot to talk about, and I want to give you kind of an overview of what I'm going to provide you, okay, throughout the life of this channel. I want you to know that because there's certain things that I'm going to say that you've never heard before with examples, okay? So, the answer to everything is just to become more spiritual, okay? Instead of trying to get, okay, things, okay? Instead of trying to get all the things that your heart desires, become. Become the person who inherently gets those things all the time. You get it? Okay, I've got some notes behind me that I'm going to follow, but just bear with me because I want to show you what you are going to get from this channel. All right. And I think I'll title this channel, um, what do you think? You can have your soulmate. Put it that way. Because I want to specialize in that. Okay. But I'm going to give you all kinds of other things that you need to have in your life and that you want to have. But I'm going to specialize in that mainly for the girls, mainly for the women, because from what I've seen, most of you don't have your soulmate. And if you're already married, you're disqualified. Okay? Let's get that straight right now. All right? But let's start. Let's start with some of the things that you've never heard before. How about that? Okay? Number one, God always passes the salt. Did you hear that? I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but whether you call him the universe or God or source, some of you guys like to call uh, him everything else except God, and that's fine. That's up to you. But he always passes the salt. And you need to believe that in order to act like you've got the salt, because the salt is invisible. Gotta let that sink in. If the salt is invisible, how long do you show gratitude? Because when somebody passes you the salt at the dinner table, you're going to say what? If you say, pass me the salt, please. Thank you. Okay? So if you say thank you, but the salt is invisible, how long do you say thank you? How long do you have that spirit of gratitude in your heart? Okay? You got to have it a long time. You got to have it. You got to become a thankful person. That's what this channel is about. I'm going to show you guys how to become spiritual. And let me give you a caveat. All you religious people out there, all you people who believe that religion is what Christ wants. It's not. Okay? I guarantee you it's not. One example, this is tough. One example is that people who don't know Christ are getting better results than people who do a lot of the time. Wow, that one stings. But guess what? God always passes the salt. And guess what? If you believe that, you can relax, right? You can relax and act like you've already got it. You can act as if easier. Okay, number two, you're already rich and don't know it. You are already rich. Okay? The gift, your gift, is inside you already. And many of you have had glimpses of your gift and of your riches. There's two problems there, though, with you being rich inside already. Most people don't go with that inside. They have what's called, what I call, here's another thing that you have probably never heard before. They have what I call copycat desires. Okay, because you have desires that are yours inside. And if you locate those desires and pinpoint exactly what it is you want and why, you can have it. It's already yours anyway. The other thing is the how is not your job. The how seems silly or too easy. Okay? Everybody wants to make things so hard. Everybody wants to figure things out for themselves. And that's not how it's supposed to go. That's why you have stress. Did you know when you take the how into your own hands, it creates stress in your life because it's like a struggle. It's like turmoil. Okay, let's stop there. Number 3, you can have your soulmate. Okay? So I have my soulmate. I've been married 34 years this month. The 25th will be 34 years. Okay? And if you saw my soulmate, you'd say, how? That's what most guys, ladies, most guys say to me, how did you get her? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is you can have your soulmate, but the problem is most women don't believe they can. Most people don't believe they can, especially women. And you don't have to settle. That's what happens a lot of times. And if you have already, don't sweat that because your life is about to change as you become more spiritual. And guess what? You can drag your soulmate with you even if they're not on board yet. Okay, let me keep going. From other things that you will never or have never heard before. Okay? Number 4, there is no such thing as luck or coincidence. Wow. Let that sink in because most people use the word luck to explain away things they are baffled by. All right? When they're baffled by the how. Let me add something that just crossed my mind on that part because they explain away the fact that a dumb person or a least likely person makes more money or has more things or has the things that they want. You get that? Oh, he was lucky. He got lucky. Oh, he got lucky, or she got lucky, or they are lucky, or that guy is so lucky. No, that guy did something that you didn't do, that you thought about, considered, pondered, criticized, judged, and said, nah, okay. I put it like this sometimes that, and this is something else you've probably never heard before, not in this setting, not in the spiritual setting, that he or she was too dumb to know they couldn't. Woo! Smart people usually overthink stuff and they explain away by saying the word luck or coincidence or, you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Bull! Okay, so let's keep going. You can have your dream house and your dream life. You get it? Okay? You got to look at me and say, if he can do it, I can do it too. Because this is our Me and my wife's third house together. And this one is very nice. Put it that way. Okay. Also, it was beyond what our income said we could have. That's one thing that I want you to get goosebumps about that one. It's beyond what our income said we could have, me and my wife together. Okay, let's keep going. You are, number 6, you are powerful. Okay? I guarantee you don't know how powerful you are. You can sense it sometimes, though, and you shut it off. But you get to decide how powerful you are in your own life. By the way, you are in charge of your universe. You are in charge of your world. Did you get that? Nobody else. There is no excuse, especially when someone who is uneducated, who has a medium IQ, who has no experience, gets or has more than you. And I want you to start getting this, because this channel is going to show you how to get what belongs to you. You didn't know this either. This is another thing I don't hear anybody ever say. You have an inheritance. It belongs to you already. It is yours. Let that sink in, because, okay, let's stop. Number 7, trick or tricks to overcome procrastination. Okay. 2 reasons why people procrastinate. One is they overthink, and that creates overwhelm, and they go, put it off. The other is a lack of urgency. But what is the trick to overcome procrastination? Imagination. Imagining. Let me show you how. I always give examples. Let me show you how. Because when you continue to imagine becoming that person you want to be, doing the thing you want to do, and having the things you want to have repeatedly, repetitively, when you continue to do that over and over, when you sit down and relax, breathe deep, give yourself a few minutes to calm and erase the day and get rid of all the thoughts, and then purposely, intently imagine what you want to be, do, and have. Okay? Over and over and over and over and over. Do it at least 21 times, 21 days, a few times a day, that 21 days. Okay? What will happen? And this happened with me because I was a huge procrastinator. Guess what? It becomes so urgent. It's almost like an engine is turned on inside of you, and you're about to overheat if you don't go. Wow. It happened to me. So, all these things we're going to talk about, and I'm going to focus on getting your soulmate. And in between times, I'm going to talk about you getting the money that belongs to you already and getting the home that you love. How about that? How about this? How about how to overcome low vibration people with the protection of God? Whoo! Okay, so that brings me to the fact that, especially for you guys that have stayed all this time, 15 minutes almost. Okay, None of these videos that I'm going to do was done without a theta state audio first. Okay, because I used to write down my thoughts, and then it got to be so much that I had to go to my voice notes. And sometimes I would wake up in the morning, sometimes I would just be thinking, sometimes I'm at work, sometimes whatever. But most of it is theta state, and the other half or three-quarter, the other half or quarter is inspired thought, inspired ideas that led to inspired action. Okay, you got to get that, because I have a compilation of theta state audio files that will blow you away. And what I'm going to do is give it to you. So don't be afraid to click on the email, because I'm going to give you my email in the description each time for each thing I want to help you with, for each thing that I have that I feel like will help you the most. So you gotta get that. You gotta overcome the feeling of fear when you start to approach your destiny. Oh my goodness. I guarantee you that those audio files are just like this video. However, you'll hear me originating it. And then you'll realize, wow, I've got that inside me too. Anyway, love you guys. Please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. Come on now. Don't be those kind of people that hold back or I forgot the word for it. When you decide not to support, because if you will look at things from the spirit realm, then you'll see that it sees your action and it corresponds or it reciprocates. You got to realize that most people who are broke are stingy, broke minded. They hesitate and they hold back. They punish people that are asking for something by not giving it to them, thinking that they're hurting the person, but they're hurting themselves. You get it? That's why you don't allow hatred or despising or animosity or jealousy or envy or backbiting or anything to hurt the other guy, because from the spirit realm it only sees you. And you ever heard this? You can't drink poison and hope the other person dies. Think about that. You cannot. So when you hold back, whether it's financial things or whether it's your effort or whether it's like liking and subscribing or knowing that it helps me, you are not hurting me. You got to realize, in order to open up your life and open up the doors of your world, you got to help others and do things that are generous and have a thankful heart and be that person. Some people are so afraid to become that person. You got to. Okay, thank you so much for staying so long. But if you become, you will have and you will do and have all your heart's desire. Okay? And for those of you who have stayed this long, I'm going to give you something that I heard from the wisest person that I know. Okay? It's for procrastination. and it's to get you going. It's to get your life moving. And this video has already got you moving, and you should look at it again and again. However, I was struggling with procrastination, but it wasn't really procrastination. It was all the ideas that I had and all the things that I knew I could do and wanted to do and could see myself doing and could visualize it. And I got glimpses of the life I could have and who I really was and all that. And I was frustrated one time in my bedroom. It was a few years ago. And I heard within me. That's another thing. I'm going to teach you how to ask, hear, and talk. Okay? I'm going to teach you how because most of you don't know how to talk. Anyway, that voice said inside me, and it was clear. And guess what? When you hear what I say, you will realize that it wasn't me. Okay? Okay. Here's what it said. It said you can have it said you can do everything that's in your heart to do. You just can't do it all first. I'll leave you with that. All you guys that have all these ideas and imaginations and all the things inside of you, you know that are yours and that you can do and that you want to do, you can do everything that's in your heart to do. You just can't do it all first. You heard that here. All right. Love you guys. Peace.